Hi YouTube! Welcome to my channel. My name is Lay. I do videos on luxury, styling, and beauty. These are the things that I absolutely love. So if you're the same, I invite you to join the family and subscribe. Also, let's stay connected in between videos. Follow me on Instagram as Petite. I will have my link down below. And so now let's get into the video. One of the most frequently asked questions that I get here on my channel is what leather protector I use to, take care of my luxury items, not just my handbags, but especially my Hermes belt because, that one I got in white. And I have been responding to these questions one by one, and you guys, this has been going on for months. And so I thought, why not just make one video? So that is what we're doing now. And yeah, let's get into that. I can honestly say I'm pretty good at taking care of my things, even more so my luxury items, because you guys, I take the time and effort to actually do research on these things. My principle when it comes to luxury is to, invest on these things so I don't have to keep on buying the same things over and over and, just keep on following the hype and trend. So I try to stick with the classic and high quality items that I can get. And because of that, for me, it makes sense to also make the time and effort to take care of these things once I do have them in my collection. That way, I can extend the longevity of, my items and they can stay in my collection for a longer time. I feel like anything you spend your money on, you have to, somehow take care of it. And so that's what we're doing today. Everything that we're going to talk about will be about taking care of our luxury handbags and other leather goods, starting with storage. You guys, every time you get a designer handbag, it doesn't matter if it's, from a high-end department store or directly from the store or even from, websites like Fashion File, they will always come with a dust bag, and they give that for free for a reason. It's because the dust bag protects the bag. I always try to store my bags in their respective dust bags. I do understand that some of us actually wants to display our beautiful handbags in a shelf. If that's the case, I highly recommend that you don't position the shelf anywhere close to a window or anywhere that the bag will get hit by direct sunlight, because as we all know, sometimes that can alter the color of the bags for some leathers, and for some canvas, heat can actually melt the print. I have seen videos of YouTubers living in warmer states talk about that, and that's really, really sad. Another thing, if you can, I suggest you stuff your bags before you put them away. In my case, I just use, whatever paper or air plastics I get from those Amazon packages. I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. I actually have my Gucci Marmont right here. So as you can see, this has air plastics inside. These are just ones that I get from, mostly Amazon, you guys. Most of the questions that I get regarding leather protector is actually on my Gucci video, because as you can see, this is a very delicate leather. It's very soft and the color also is quite light. So I get asked a lot how I keep this, clean, how I keep this intact, and it doesn't really have a lot of scratches. So yeah, we're gonna talk about that more in a little while. So before I talk about what I use to protect my handbags, it's very important that we talk about how I clean my handbags, because it's also very important to, remove all the residue or the dust on the leather before you actually seal it with a leather protector. And in that regard, I do use two different cleaners. First one is this wet wipes. This is actually just, a natural care baby wipes. It's very gentle to the skin. I use this for the vaqueta portion of my, LV Never Full. So you guys, that is always my benchmark. If a leather cleaner or protector works well with my vaqueta, then it means it's fine to use on the other leathers that I have. The other one that I use is this leather cleaner from Coach. The first bottle that I finished was actually from Kate Spade. These are pretty easy to find. I'm sure other designers have this in store as well. The one I got from Kate Spade is actually a lot thicker than this. It's comparable to lotion when it comes to consistency. This one from Coach is like an oil. They work exactly the same. And I basically just, use a clean cloth like this one. This is actually just a kitchen towel, whatever you guys have. Just try to avoid anything abrasive to, you know, avoid scratching the leather. This is something that I use both for the leather cleaner and the leather protector. So just to demonstrate with you guys, I have here the baby wipes. I will kind of just, you know, go over the leather, front, side, you know, especially at the bottom, because this one gets the most beating when you use it. So just like that. I also try to clean the straps as well. Just let it air dry before you apply the leather protector. If I'm going to use the Coach, let's try that one with my Hermes belt. I have it right here. So you can see it's very, very clean. The color is still very even. So what I do is just put a little bit of the cleaner onto, there you go. I'll try to move it closer to the camera. So just about a dime size of the protector, or I mean cleaner, and then kind of just work your way through the entire length of the belt like so, and let it air dry. That's it. I don't really do it every after use of this belt, but you know, every time I remember, which is like probably once or twice a month, I try to do that to keep it clean. Especially the leather protector, because I use this a lot with my jeans, so I don't want to get any color transfer, especially on this white side. So now that the leather is clean and it's, you know, it's dry, this is the time to apply your leather protector. I also use two different kinds. This one is a leather conditioner from Kate Spade. You guys, these things are pretty cheap and they last a long time. I actually got this for, I think like $8, and I've had it for like probably 8 months or so, and there's still more than half in the bottle. I also use this Apple brand Gard. You guys are familiar with this one. I made a video using this one for my LV Neverfull before I actually used the bag. I will have that link up here if you're interested to see how I applied that. This one I can also use for my other handbags as well, but since this is more, you know, it's harder to find, it's harder to get. Sometimes it gets out of stock on Amazon. It's also more expensive. So I just tried to save this one for my LV Neverfull and the vaqueta trimming on my mini pochette. Very similar to the Coach one that we used. Just put about, this one you have to use a little bit more, so probably a dime size like so. This should be enough for the entire Gucci camera bag. So what I do is just kind of put a little bit in front, a little bit on top, at the back, and at the bottom, and then spread it out like so. You guys, cleaning and protecting your handbag doesn't even take, you know, 3 minutes. So I think it's worth it to do. My Gucci Marmont camera bag actually looks a lot better now than when I first got it, and I got this brand new. Before, this doesn't really have the sheen that it has now. I feel like that is because of the leather conditioner that I have been applying on this bag over time. And so yeah, so what you do is to kind of just let it sit for a while until, you know, the leather conditioner is dry. You can kind of just run your finger and see if it feels dry. Then what you do is use the dry side to, you know, buff the leather like so. This seals the leather conditioner into the handbag. This actually helps keep the bag clean as well, just letting dirt and dust slide off the leather. And that is it. It's ready to be stored. I can put this inside a dust bag, or I can just, you know, simply put it on the shelf if I want it on display. So we will also do the same thing for the belt. This is just about, you know, half the amount that I put on the handbag. So just kind of work your way through the entire length again, like so. Once the leather feels a little bit dry, then it's time to also just buff it a little bit. So that's pretty much it. That's how I clean and protect my, designer handbags and belts and other leather goods. And so yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this video helpful. If you do, please give it a thumbs up, and I will see you guys in my next one.